Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Cageymoon. Welcome back to Cage's Beyond. I'm so glad you've joined us again today. How's everybody been doing? Have you had a good week? I hope you have. Well, today we are on the next project. Go up there in my tree house up behind my back there and a little bit, and we'll take a look at how much the quarry has been doing. And let me tell you, it is massive amounts of progress. It's really helped us out a lot. And you see this little thing right here in my hand? Yes, this thing here is called a horn of the wild. So what are you doing with botania? I haven't seen you do any botania yet. Well, with our super smeltery that we've got going there, and our tinker's room there, we got to name some of these rooms. By the way, I really like some input on that. But anyway, with that, Yoshi and I got together, and I apologize. I thought we were recording. I looked over and forgot to press record. But while we were together, he brought me a horn of the wild, and I made him a lumber axe for a project he's working on. And I'm really excited to see what he's doing over there and what Dragon's got going on as well. And we might check that out this episode and just kind of see what they've been up to. But right now, we're starting with a brand new project. And as you can see, all the grass is missing. What are you doing? What we're going to go through here, and we're clearing out a spot, clear back to spawn, clearing out the grass. And that's kind of what we're doing. And as what we'll do, let me get my armor back up again. And pardon me just a second. All right, apologize, had a frog in my throat. Anyway, what we're doing, the horn of the wild is pretty simple to make. Make it like this, but I hadn't done any botania stuff yet, and he had got a little bit going. So that's why we did some trade, and what I really needed it for this project. We're going through here and clearing out all the grass and getting all kinds of good, a lot of stuff I'll just throw away. But what we're doing is we're trying to clear out a path. We've got it kind of cleared up here, the path coming this way. We're going to meander our way up through here, through this little pass here, and we're aiming down to our spawn area here. You remember our actual spawn is here, and we're aiming for this area here. And once we got that done, we'll move on to kind of the next part of our project, what we're doing. I'm starting to move towards railcraft. I want to get some of these things going. I want to get some of the automation. I've got all my smeltery blocks, coke oven blocks, and we're going to use immersive engineering's coke ovens. I prefer those myself to get going. I lost my direction. There we go. And we're going to use that to start getting our coal coke production and creosote. And I started pulverizing some obsidian last time I was on and getting some resources built up. So we need to go this way. And there we go. We'll probably do a little bit of a tunnel here. We'll see. Anyway, we're going through here. We're going to get some of those things built up and start getting our supplies in place and start getting some automation. My overall goal is to have a rail line that delivers products to each other, for getting each other. So we got portals and everything. I know that, but it's just thought it'd be fun to have a rail line going everywhere. And I want to have a rail line running from a lumber mill. My inventory is getting full. From a lumber mill, from a coal mine, and some other things, bring things back into our base. And it's getting dark, so I tell you what, I'm going to collect some more things here and head back to the base, and I'll meet you over at spawn in a few minutes. Alright, we let the night pass away and got back over here, and I think we're just walking through and picking up a lot of our seeds and such. We've got this little bit of a hole here to get our train across, but that won't be an issue. We got a couple of different things we can do. Build a bridge, or get fancy, make a couple of the fancier things that we can make for it. But I think this is going to work. Come to me, my precious seeds. We will make use of you later. I think I do want to knock you guys out a little bit. Now, one of the things I did this horn, the longer you hold it down, the more and I got items flying around my head. The longer you hold it down, the longer it will, and wider of an area or more it'll knock down. See, now that I'm just kind of walking, it's knocking everything down. But if you just kind of go and just knock a few things down, See, and that's kind of what I did on the edges, so we could just kind of, oops, I have to replant. So I think that will work for that, and I gotta turn this magnet off, and doom. But what we're gonna do is right now, and I've been getting really bad about this, about building the uh, machinery to do what I want, and then forgetting to decorate it all up and make it look sharp. Now we're getting, we're cheating a little bit because we're putting it in the tree. You don't necessarily have to do all the outside. But I'm looking at this. Where would be a good, we'll take you, industrial building, do you think? For these coke ovens. I think we're going to put that, come here, everything. I think we'll put it right here. Should stay loaded. And then we can build a building right around it and up against this cliff. I think that'll work. So let's get our... one of the things I definitely need to do is get a storage bag out here for some of these things. Bear with me a moment. We'll just put some of these things in storage. And now, if you notice all these items I have in my inventory already, I set a few of these up. You see, that's a good bit of crease. So I went ahead and set a few of these up, and then let it run just to kind of get a surplus started. I thought the boys and I were going to get on here a little sooner than we did to get going on things. So I've had a couple of these running in a different location. I just basically just dug a hole, put them there, forgot about them, and then threw a bunch of coal in and came back to it. And that's kind of what we did. Now, so what we're going to do for these, and it's nighttime again. Well, we can fix that, can't we? Saving back. The bed bug mod is the mod that you saw that little leave bed thing on the bottom. For the newer Minecraft versions that have that bed problem, it kicks. You can actually kick yourself off if you get stuck in your bed to fix things, and then log back in. All right, so we're gonna throw you up there. We're gonna grab our. I forgot to fix my shovel apparently, or upgrade it. Let's just dig out a spot. I think we're going to actually put the building into this bank. What do you think? Put this corner of the building in the bank. That should do the job. So we're just going to leave. Let's see if I want the wall, we'll set them about here. So now, unlike the Railcraft ones, these are solid 3x3s, but they're 4 high. So don't forget to put the middle blocks in. I've done that a time or two with the other ones. So we're going to actually have 3 of these. Now what I'm trying to decide, I think we're going to put them all 3. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll put them all 3. Oh, you know what? put them here, our train can come in and out. So we'll actually, yeah, that'll work. So I guess I do need to do a little bit more digging here. This would be a good time for a builder's one. We'll have to work on getting that. But bear with me. Almost done. Oh, that's I caught that horse out of the corner there, and I thought it was a witch coming after me. Oh, my. About saw Cagey panic. Not that that's a first time. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up some simple automation for these. It'll constantly be filling it with coal and removing the coal coke out of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost have enough for a fourth one. We may, you know what we may do? Maybe I've got more blocks. How about we just do? We'll dig into this a little, just a hair more, like 2 more layers. Do I want the train to be able to run through this? Oh, that's what we can do. We'll do this. There we go. So we'll make an L-shaped building. The train will come in on one side, dump the coal, and on the other side, it'll take the coke out. That's what we'll do. We'll do that, and I will build. Oh, I think I'll build another one. Oh, I didn't even show you how to make these. I'm sorry. You remember me cooking all that netherrack? Okay, I cooked all that netherrack for nothing. I'm sorry. Cooking all the brick that I made. This is how you make it. Any kind of sandstone in the middle. Okay. Clay. And then that gives you 3. So it's not too complicated. And there you go. Now you say, wait a minute. They don't look like coke when they look like block walls to me. Yes, you're correct. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We need this hammer. Just give it, this is our actually immersive engineering. Give it a whack in the middle. Or right click in the middle. That's what it is. And then we'll build these 2 as well. So we're back. I have had some trials and errors. A couple of nights have passed. Things just not wanting to cooperate. These fluid pipes from immersive engineering used to be able to pull, and you make them this way. You make iron plates several different ways. I made them with the hammer. It does use durability. We'll get to that later down the road with a better system. But they won't pull out now, so that's kind of a bummer. So what we had to do was go back to my original plan and use these Ender IO conduits. Conduits, clear glass, quite clear glass, and there you go. And they're pulling everything out. I've ran them underneath just to give us kind of a visual, as if they were coming, but it's actually the Ender IO pipe down on the bottom there that's actually putting the fluid in to this tank. And I remembered they've got some really cool tanks with this mod, some silos and tanks. I completely derped earlier when I forgot about them. And yeah. So we're going to fill our hole back in. And forget that's even there. Later, when I get some pumps, we'll redo this whole thing. We're not going to have these be what's pulling out of them either. Just because visually it's kind of, I don't know, I want something that looks more like a factory with this, on this especially. But for now, these will do the job. So what we're going to do, there it is, this. If I can make it over here. Perfect. I'm going to put this right there. All right, that's our coal blocks, okay? Once again, get rid of that. All right, now what we have, we've got some upgrades for this thing, so we'll throw those on. I'll grab my quantity key out again. There. Put that there. There we go. All right. So, you notice there's only 2 right now, okay? That's okay. So what we need to do now that we have that, let's get my bags back in better order here. I will need these. Put that up there. I'm going to try one of these retrievers and see if that's fast enough to pull out. And I want to set it to whitelist the different kinds of Coke. Look at that. Oh, it's working. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that works. So we're going to go ahead and set in case I want to decide to do Coke as well. So that's going to go to town on that. We'll get another one set up. And then all we need is, let's go ahead and, just for the sake of, I know I don't need a hardened on this or the Cageymoon right now, but just to kind of catch up. There it goes. Look at that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So now it's loading up all of our Coke ovens. And these things will sit here and run as long as the server's on, loading and unloading these Coke ovens. And pulling the creosote out over there. So now all we got to do is build the building around here, some of the storage, some of the better bins for these, and I got to figure out a design for our building and get that set up. So we'll see you when I get that started. So we're back in our base. We needed to get a couple of supplies, think the design through what I'm going to do over there, as well as just kind of ran to the quarry world to grab my builder for a couple of things we're going to do with it. Wanted to check I've got a builder doing the quarry, and then I've got another builder pulling all the fluids out. And it got kind of locked up a little bit because somehow or another I got destabilized redstone. I don't know how, but it was down there, and it kind of locked the system up. So it's kind of, what in the world? Anyway, you may notice the side menu here. One of the things I'm getting frustrated with, number one, is I'm not real crazy about this magnet. Just I don't know. I don't know if it's not as good as it used to be, or if I've gotten used to a better magnet. The last pack we were playing with Quantum Flux, I believe it was, had a really, really good magnet, but it's not in this pack. The other thing is getting around is starting to become a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do are a couple of things. We're going to get started in this mod. I don't have a lot with it. I got more than we had. I think, all said and done, stack and a half of draconium ore, which is not bad. It's not great, but not bad. Once we get silk going on our quarries, Silk Touch, we'll be able to kind of use this machine here, I believe, to start doing better with it, and either using looting, placing it and doing looting 3 on it all, or seeing if we can do 3 times in this smelter. But for right now, we're going to make a couple of things. First, we're going to take this powder, and I believe it's a stone. No. Cobblestone. Okay, that used to be the way I thought you did it. So let's look through our menu here. Ah, so it's got to be bricks now. All right, well that's easy enough to do. I think what we need 8. That's not a problem. Okay. What did I miss, folks? Regular stone. Oops. There we go. All right. Now, one of the things you're going to find, one of the things that I really like about this mod is it is very, with one of the early ones that started including a very detailed book. I think pretty much everything you need to know is in here. Now, they have really changed this mod quite a bit. So, I don't think we're at the point we can do very much in it. I'm not ready to take on a wither, and basically that's kind of what they lock it with, is with a wither. But we can get started with a couple of things. The first things we're going to make, I'm going to try their magnet. Now there's a few steps, so we need to see this dislocator. We're going to need 2 of these. It's not bad. And we're going to make this, so we're going to need... we got everything to make that, I think. So, take a couple diamonds. Take a stack of those. All right. I believe we needed... All right. There we go. Now, what the dislocator does is if you shift-click it somewhere, it'll warp you back to that place. Now that's great, but I want to make it a little bit better. There's a pedestal you can place them on so anyone would touch it and it would take them back to wherever it's set to. Pretty neat for a warp system. We're going to go a little further in a minute. I need one of these as well, so we're going to... Oh, I need... Pretty simple. There we go. Make another one. There we go. We have 2 of these. What do we do with this? We're going to walk over here to where we've already cooked up some of this material. We'll go over here, and we're going to go like this. Iron and redstone. Okay, we can do that. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. One of the things I've been doing is basically this week is just, as in passing, going to or from work in the mornings, doing my Bible study or whatever. I'll just kind of open this up and throw a bunch of resources in furnaces and let that run while I'm at work or wherever else I am. So let's try this again. I think that's everything. There we go. Now, what I'm wondering, I don't think... Oh, cool. All right. I don't think we need power for that. So, we're going to charge that up. Now we've got an extra or emergency supply. Let's just hang that right there. Kind of looks cool there, doesn't it? All right. All right, 2 tools we'll need are a crowbar. You can make iron or steel. And then we're also going to need a new tool. You can't do things the way you used to do them. You used to be able to, that you had to take these pieces and or rearrange them in different directions to give you switches and everything. Now you do it with this tool here. You lay a piece down, and let's just give an example here. Alright, and then you can sit here and see, change them to the different types of tracks, except for maybe some of the specialty tracks that we'll make. Alright, so we got some track, we got some tools, we're making some progress. Okay, so to kind of speed the lengthy process of this thing up a little bit, we made one of these, mechanical crafter. Okay, I made one of these intro tanks and the reservoir. Okay, this is just fuse cords surrounding 8 fuse cords surrounding a cauldron. You put 2 buckets of water in it, and it's an infinite water source. That's filling this. Okay, this has a filter pulling the empty buckets out of here. Okay, that is set to pull full water buckets. So the empty buckets come in, they fill, and shoot back into here. This filter is pulling out the stone tiles. Okay, so all you do is you set your crafting pattern here, and put all your supplies here, and actually and I just have this set up making these for now. Just simple hopper in, hopper out. And this does all the work. So that's how we're going to get our rail line ties and everything going and built up, so we have rail line that we need. Now it's time to go start laying some of it and getting our buildings going. Remember a couple minutes ago when I told you that I was going to kind of come up with an idea what to do here and a design, and then try to get working on it. By the way, this is Bob. I don't know, I haven't named him yet, but got him. He's a halfway decent horse. But anyway, I got more than a little done while we were waiting, and well, there's a little town back in the background. You might recognize that. There may or may not be one building missing because I accidentally destroyed it trying to move it because I forgot a step, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, here it is. Poof. There you go. Not done. A couple of the final design elements I want to put into it, I don't have the materials for yet or the ability to make them. I have some working on that will be right in our next episode, and I'm hoping to have that back with this one because I have a couple of things that I did, but we're just running out of time. But let me show you real quick before I let you go. Hi. Wow, that's really... How are your teeth? Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway, we'll come on in here. Like I said, this just is temporary to keep things from spawning. I have a mega torch outside, so I'm hoping to bury a couple of them around here so we won't have to worry about mobs coming in. Still has some features I need to finish. Again, still pulling coal out here, running through all of these, and yes, I got this one finished finally. And I got to make some kind of a silo, but again, what I need, we don't have the capability for right now. We're like right there. But, you know, I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coke ovens. Our trains will come in, and depending on our switching and everything on how I do all that, my plan is that one line is for supplies in and out, like to bring coal in to stop, dump coal off, go up here, and load up coal coke going wherever it needs to go, or maybe even creosote, and haul it on out. That's going to go to some machines. I've got a diamond on it and the brown for creosote to go to some machines and some for our tree base. I think we're going to be running out of room quickly. But anyway, but it's cranking along really, really well. I've got more coal coke back at our base. This has just been running nonstop since I built it. But may have noticed, I wanted to go for something that was a little bit different design. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself. I'm not sure. You see, you look at that roof. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I would like to have like a couple of stacks going over the coke ovens, billowing out smoke or something. But I haven't quite decided. And how I want to do my lighting, I don't have what I need to do for it just yet. I do like these lights, so they're pretty easy to make. Let me get one down here for you. See, just glowstone, iron plates, and you can make the iron plates in the what you need a couple of different ways. But you can actually just make a hammer and do them. Where did I put that? And here is going to be our little kind of workshop room, engineers kind of room. This is just going to be a hallway. We'll have some decorations here and here. I might take that pillar out. I haven't decided yet. And then in here, I've been busy. See that? 736, and we've got more than that in some chests. I got the rolling machine. I just throw my metals in here to either make the, let's look into that. No, not that one. Like to make the rebar, 3 iron and everything. And that rolling machine puts a bunch of it out. I want to perfect this and have it actually automatically go to those 2 sets. But then the rest of this is just, you remember seeing these earlier. I have, the water down there all pulling up. This is just temporary, again, just trying to get to some other things, getting ahead of for some projects. And then this assembles everything. Throws it together, throws it in there, boom, and we're rolling away. And that's my intention, is this track to be for everyone. And just so you remember, I can't remember if I showed you this earlier or not, but this is how you make this. And the steel, we're just cooking in our induction furnace, cooking iron and coal dust. So that takes care of this. The other thing I've done is I've been upgrading my tools a bit. I put manilium on my short bow. I'm not completely satisfied with what I've done, but it's pretty good. This iron bolt, I put iron and I made some endstone, and it is very fast. I shot through 4 or 5 zombie pigmen in one shot with that crossbow bolt, so it's not too bad. I've got, we'll look at this a little bit later because I want to still do some tweaking with it. But all said and done, not a bad start, not a bad day for everything we've got going on here. I'm glad you're with us. Come back next week. Give us a like if you like it, and let me know how I can make your experience better. This is Cageymoon. Thanks for watching.